you can even hear me, and if you can't, well, that's just too bad because we're having technical difficulties. The microphone is not working, so hopefully you can hear me. I'll just try and talk loud, and we'll see how it goes. So don't bother saying we can't hear you because there's nothing we can do about it. So anyway, welcome to the triumphant return to the Wicked Wench of Cocktales of Tiki King. All kinds of stuff going on tonight. We have a very busy show. I may talk very fast. I'll try to keep it loud enough that you can hear me, because all kinds of things going on. So, so tonight's show. I'm going to start right in because, no.
Never mind.
I have no idea what that.
I'm not on here.
Okay. But what is that? Okay, sorry. We're having a lot of technical difficulties, and I have no idea what's going on. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep talking or what. If I'm supposed to start the show. If I'm supposed to start doing things?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I need to know, not sign language that I can't understand because I can't understand.
Really?
Well, this, I don't know what this means. I don't know what the crossing means. Sorry, once again, we're having a lot of difficulties. None of the hardware is working. So we're going to see what happens. Anyway, so we have a big show tonight. We have a bunch of stuff to get through. So like I said, I'm going to talk fast. I'll try and talk loud. We want to thank our sponsor, the Boozeketeer, at 315 East Broadway in Salt Lake City. I know. Thanks, Ivy. Thanks for supplying us with all the things that we need on our show, which actually I don't think we're using any equipment tonight, but that's okay. I had that. I was planning on mentioning that later, but that's okay. So anyway, so we have. I don't know where I'm going with this. So we're going to try a couple of new things tonight, and we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. So, one of the things we're going to try is this Madame Patrini canned gin and tonic. Because I like gin and tonics. They go back. Me and gin and tonics have a relationship going back a long time. And so I'm always on the lookout for a good gin and tonic. We picked up a little while back some of the Bombay Sapphire gin and tonics. Tried those. They were pretty good. But the thing that's interesting about this, a couple of things. One, Madame Patrini makes a fantastic gin, which I've talked about on previous shows. The interesting thing is it's made right here in Utah. So as the story goes, where this comes from, a little bit of history, is that it's Brigham Morris Young was the son of Brigham Young, who was part of the whole founder of the stuff that goes on out here. But one of his wives, he had a son, and that son went on a mission, came back from Hawaii, and subsequently started up a drag show and was a burlesque performer and was a female impersonator and sang in a falsetto voice, and most people had no idea that this was a man. But they went by the stage name Madame Patrini. So, like I said, picked up a bottle of the gin. I liked it. So we were at the liquor store, and I saw these canned cocktails, and the thing that intrigued me about them was 7%, which is good. Like I said, the Bombay Sapphire gin and tonics clock in at only 5%. So I thought, got to give this a try. It's like the equivalent of drinking a couple of beers. So let's give it a go. See what happens. See what it tastes like. I have no idea. I've never had these before. So we're going to need some ice and a glass. I just happen to have both. Here we go. Put that in there. Throw in a lime wheel. And so it says on the back here, or not on the back, but it says that it's crafted with gin and tonic and lime. Let's see what it tastes like, because I have no idea. Smells good. Smells like a gin and tonic. Tastes like a gin and tonic. Surprise! Look at that. That's good. I like it. It's like, what is that noise? It's the dog jumping away. Well, there you go. Good stuff. I would recommend you can pick this up. I think we paid what, $3 a can, something like this, $4 a can. Can't remember, but it basically has looks like about two pours in it, so that's not a bad deal. you know, good stuff. So it's been, like I said, it's been a busy time. We skipped a week because we were at Tiki Oasis. We were coming home, and there was lots of things going on. So yeah, but we're back here at the Wicked Wench, and it's good to be back. And what happened? Well, those of you who tuned in and watched our show from our good friend Chad's house, we talked about all kinds of tiki mugs there because we went out there and he has a huge collection of tiki mugs and surfboards and this fantastic tiki surf hut up in the mountains above San Diego. And we had a great time there. It was fantastic. And we went to the Valley High while we were out there and picked up a new Goof on the Roof mug. The Goof on the Roof. If you've ever been to the Valley High, you look up there on the roof and there's this guy, the Goof, and he's on the roof. Hence the name, Goof on the Roof. And we had a couple of Mai Tais there. Valley High boasts the strongest Mai Tai you'll ever drink. Made with absolutely no juice, just booze and some sugar, basically. And it was good. I would have liked a little more lime in mine, but there wasn't any, so I don't know how I could add more. But anyway, we had a great time there. Went to Valley High, like I said. Went and did our show from Chad's house, and showed off a whole bunch of tiki mugs. And he actually gifted us a mug, which I couldn't find it. I was going to show it off too, but it's a Jungle Cruise boat mug from Trader Sam's, and it's not the one that we have one, but it was not the one we have. It's a different glaze. So we were pretty excited about that. That was a lot of fun. And he showed us a great time. Took us down to the ocean, and we got in the water. And producer Maggie went out boogie boarding and caught some waves. And that was all kinds of excitement. But she had a great time. We all got worn out in the water, except for me because I only got like knee deep because I didn't bring a bathing suit because that's the way I am. But anyway, so we had a good time. And went to Tiki Oasis after that, and had a great time there. Picked up a bunch of mugs there. This is the official Tiki Oasis mug, which is pretty cool. I will bring it over here because it's got some features. You will notice. One.
Oh,
up.
It was fine.
Oh, right here. Okay, is this good?
Just back up a little bit.
Back up.
You're fine right there.
Okay, so the Tiki Oasis mug. Couple of things. One, the hat. Oh, it's the lid. Look at that. You put a straw in there. That's the lid. The other thing is the drum. Oh, shot glass. Look at that. Comes off. You can fill that with 151. Have yourself a tiki cocktail. And he's actually wearing a tiny little necklace of a mermaid, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so that was the Tiki Oasis mug, which we picked up there. We also, since I'm just going to stay out here for a second because producer Maggie picked up this fabulous Strongwater mug. Strongwater was there. They had a booth. Strongwater is in Anaheim. They're a fantastic tiki bar. We really tried to get out there. We weren't able to. But next time we're in Anaheim, we definitely are going to. So here we go. We got Strongwater. It's a skull with tentacles, and the part of the skull is a seashell, and it's all kinds of crazy. But it's a fantastic mug. I like it a lot. And last but not least, I picked up another one of my skull mug collection. This is I got this from Trader Vic's. Actually, Trader Vic's had a booth at Tiki Oasis, and I got this. They call it Blackbeard's Skull, which this is a glazed take on their other standard skull mug. Show you right there. Huh? Yeah. So this is the one that producer Maggie had the strongest coffee drink ever out of this mug. So anyway, yeah. So there you go. We had some fantastic drinks, picked up some great mugs, and had ourselves a great time. And one of the other things that happened back there was our good friends from Laniella, which you may know Laniella from our. She also does Wild About Mary Blair, which we do purses for them, Mary Blair themed purses. And one of the things is that the last batch of purses we sent, She liked the lining that I do in the purses, because my purses are all lined and padded and stuff. She liked it so much, she said, hey, can I use this to make stuff? And we said, why, yes, you can. And we worked out a deal, and it's Bailey. And so she's making clothing based on that. And guess what? I'm wearing the shirt right now. Look at that. Small world themed. This is my design that I worked up, and they're making shirts and dresses and skirts and what else? Oh, beach towels and shorts. There's like a cabana set you can get. It's all kinds of, it's crazy. But it's, yeah, look at that. What do you think? So yeah, so we're partnered up with Wild About Mary Blair. They're licensed by the Mary Blair estate to do Mary Blair clothing. So fantastic. We're really excited about it. We're doing some more stuff coming down. That's going to be a big surprise later on. We'll talk about some more of that stuff. But we're very excited about this right now. Apparently they did very well with the design as well. Sold out of most of their stuff. So as did we. We sold out of a bunch of stuff. Sold the tiki purses and sold a bunch of stuff. That they had a preview night at the marketplace, and it was surprisingly successful. We sold most of our stuff before the marketplace even opened on Saturday. So we thought that was good. We were pretty happy about that. But yeah, so we had a great time at Tiki Oasis. Had lots of fun drinking the tiki drinks and wandering around and listening to music. And our friend Denny was there, and he did a surprise performance with a band called Extahulele. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Extahulele. I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway. But he got on there and we dug his crazy beat, as it were. Yeah, and they had this year at Tiki Oasis was the first year ever. They had a surprise, a big upturning to Miss Tiki Oasis, because the crowned Miss Tiki Oasis actually decided to share her title with the runner-up. So this is the first year ever there was two Miss Tiki Oasises. So they're going to be traveling around the country doing. I don't know how they're going to work that out. Are they both going to be places? I don't know. But anyway, because Miss Tiki Oasis is kind of an ambassador of the brand, and they go out and make appearances and do stuff. But now there's two of them. So I don't know. But what else happened? We had a great meal at Arlo, the restaurant there on the grounds, and got to talk to the chef. And I didn't demand to dance with him like last year, but we had a good time anyway. So big thanks to Otto and Baby Doe for Tiki Oasis. We had a great time. Can't wait till next year, and like that. So there we go. And see, then was in my notes about, and we'd like to thank our sponsor, the Boozeketeer. So thank you, Ivy. And now for this commercial break. Hey, Tiki King, what's that in your bar? Oh, why, that's fine bar equipment from the Boozeketeer. The Boozeketeer, what's that? The Boozeketeer is Salt Lake City's own premier bar supply store. Bar supplies in Salt Lake City? Why, yes, they have the largest selection of bar supplies and bitters. An entire wall of them. An entire wall of bitters? That's crazy. I know it seems crazy, but you have to go down there to yourself. 315 East Broadway. Check it out. I will. Thank you. So there you go. I'm going to say the Madame Patrini gin and tonic. Sorry. Bubbly. Good stuff. I like it. So, moving right along. So on tonight's theme, we're local. We're going locally. So we say think globally, act local. But we're moving right along. So another thing. So whilst we were at the Liquor Emporium this afternoon, we stumbled upon a couple of things, and one was this High West Manhattan barrel finished cocktail, and we were intrigued. We were intrigued by it. So we picked up a bottle. I've never had it. I've had several other pre-made cocktails. The one that we did. I've had the one on the rocks, which the last show we did an aviation from that same company, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. But we saw this, and there was a couple things that stood out. Probably the biggest one is that this little bottle makes 12 cocktails apparently, and it is 74 proof, which is good. That's, you know, that's pretty up there for a cocktail. So this is, yeah, the High West Manhattan. And I looked up High West is a distillery here in Utah. They were formed in 2006 by David Perkins and his wife Jane. David was a former biochemist. And he was visiting a distillery, and he became very intrigued by the fermentation process and thought, well, I can use my biochemistry knowledge to do some distilling. And he did, and they're in Park City, and they make all kinds of stuff. They make lots of bourbons, they make rye, they make these bottled old fashions, Manhattans. Check them out, highwest.com. And let's, you know what, before I say check them out, I should probably try the thing and see, you know. I'd be surprised if I didn't like it. I kind of, you know, I like most stuff. But how does this work? How does it work? We don't know. Let's see here. Pour over ice, garnish with a cherry. Doesn't say to enjoy. How am I supposed to do there? Vicky was just up there, so I don't know. If there's a need.
Want to go outside?
Pour over ice.
All right, I guess I'm walking past here.
There's producer,
Sorry.
the rare sighting of producer Maggie. Going up there to. See, now we know who let the dogs out. Oh, those. This is the challenge. Trying to get the dog cries at the door, and you open the door, the dog runs away. I don't know what that's about. I never understood. I don't know what. I never knew what that was about. That's like a thing. My dog used to do that back in Santa Cruz. Cry at the door, open the door, dog runs away. I'm like, you don't want out. Oops. Don't ask. Alrighty, so here we go. The High West. Barrel-aged Manhattan. There's a pour it over the ice. Like I said, it didn't say enjoy though, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it. Garnish it with a cherry. Just happen to have some Luxardos here. Oh, come on. There it is. Do you like the Manhattan?
Sometimes it's good.
Sometimes. Okay, here we go. High West, pre-made Manhattan. Oh, that's good. Why don't you give it a try? I think that so Brother Wes, who's very much into the Manhattan,
It's fine.
I think you would enjoy this. I'd say he makes a mean Manhattan. I'm telling you. That's pretty good. I gotta say, for a pre-made, that rivals many of the bar ones I've had. But what is it? What's the deal here? Manhattan straight rye whiskey. Oh, it's rye. I didn't realize it was rye. I thought it was just bourbon. Anyhow, interesting. Maybe. Oh. See, here we go. I should read the thing before. So it's made with straight rye whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, vermouth, and bitters. It's got a good balance. I like rye. I don't know if you're a fan of the rye, but I like it. So that's good. I like it. Like I said, check them out. Highwest.com. You can read all about their stuff they got going on. There's actually a lot of distilleries here in Utah. There's one just down the road. We keep threatening to go and do their distillery tour. We haven't yet, but we will. And when we do, if at all possible, we'll live stream it and let y'all in on the fun. I think it will be fun. So, everything is it still working?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's another thing. For some reason, the iPad did not charge, so it's running off a battery, which is why we can't have a microphone. So I mean, it's a battery, but external battery, and then my phone, who knows what's going on there. There was like all kind, and the computer wouldn't start. It was just a perfect storm of imperfect stuff. But there you go. That's so. What are we? Are we done? Did I talk enough?
Are you done?
I don't know.
I don't know. I still see green up there.
Still see green. Oh, we're still going. Oh, okay. Well, I thought I didn't know. This speaking of Brother West, I was enjoying the Madame Patrini gin and tonic out of this fine glass that he gave us for Christmas. And I was going to say this is a Tiki Land Trading, which they're all over the place. They do all sorts of stuff, lots of mugs and glasses and that sort of thing, and Trader Vic's. We got all kind of like representing all sorts of different stuff here. It's an amazing thing. But so what else? So what am I forgetting? What else went on of note? Do you remember? I'm like I don't remember. Do you remember? That's how great Tiki Oasis was. Is I have no idea what happened. I know we left and we came back, but in between, there was a lot of nonsense, a lot of monkey business. But yeah, we had a good time. We went out. We did so. Normally we don't do this sort of thing, but because it's our own, we went out matchy with the Small World shirt, and producer Maggie wore the Small World skirt, and we went out on the not on the town.
Mary's World, you mean?
Mary's World. I keep saying Small World. Sorry, Mary's World. I should have known. I coined the phrase. It's Small World inspired, I suppose. But yeah, so check it out. So what is it, landiella.com, or how can people get their own shirt like this? That's what I want to know. I need to.
Well, it will be at maryblair.com, but it's not up on the website yet, so you have to go into the Landiella actual store.
Yeah. So Landiella's actual store right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And so they have, like I said, they have this. They're working on other new stuff. Like I said, we're going to be doing some other patterns, which like I said, big surprises coming down the pipe. We're very excited about it. It's the beginning of a beautiful friendship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, we were super happy about it. People at Tiki Oasis, they just gobbled it up and they got all the stuff. She said it was one of her busiest of these sort of things that she does. So, yeah. So there you go. What else? Anything else? What else? Seems like there was lots of things, but
I guess you talked really fast.
I was playing Beat the Clock. I thought things were gonna like die as I was talking. Then
It might die. It could still die.
They might still. Well, I also didn't want to jip people if they were like.
So.
Yeah, and I didn't even say it the whole time. If you're on Facebook right now, if you're watching this show on Facebook and you're like, why aren't people interacting with me? Well, because we're also on YouTube, which is what we're trying to move over to all the live streams being on YouTube. So click the link below. Is the link below?
I posted it there. But
okay. There's a link in there somewhere.
The top.
You can find it. There's a link. Go to YouTube and go to my channel, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that when we go live, you will know. It'll send you a thing saying, "Bing, Tiki King's live," and you can say, "Not now, geez," But anyway, we're moving. Like I said, we're moving more and more towards just doing the thing on YouTube because it's a whole lot more broadcast friendly, and we can do a bunch more stuff with it than we could. But yeah, so if you're watching on Facebook, please go to YouTube, like and subscribe, hit that notification button, and that way we can,
So Ivy has a question.
Ivy, what's your question?
I think that means what was your favorite drink at Tiki Oasis?
My favorite drink at Tiki Oasis? Well, it was probably from our bar in our room. We made a lot of really good tropical drinks, but there was the one that I drank probably the most of. Well, okay, so actually this is a multifaceted question, because we went to a cocktail tasting where there was like 10 different bars serving up their drinks. Do you remember what the one was? That's the thing. I'm like, after that, we were in no shape to remember much of anything. But there was one that we went back for, I think, thirds on, that you were like, whoa, this one's my favorite. And I can't remember what it was.
Where was that?
At the cocktail tasting.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what it was either.
Yeah, I know. So there was a cocktail tasting where a whole bunch of bars were represented, and they had their bartenders there, and they were making their specialty cocktails. And we went through and had a bunch.
They were giving out like samples.
Yeah, they were
Like a
they were
shot
like
size.
they were about like a little bigger than a shot. They were like, I'd say like 2 shots in a little glass. But when you drink, 10 of them, and then go back around just to make sure,
10 of them in half an hour.
and then again, and yeah, in the span of about a half an hour, that explains why we were screaming and being escorted off. But anyway, I don't remember what those were, but those were, I think, actually our favorites. Second favorites would have been the drinks we were making in our room. Third favorite for me would have been the Drunken Monkey at the Monkey Bar there at the hotel. Just because it was probably the most tropical of the tropical drinks that they were offering. So, and I drank several. And for some reason, this was an oddity. For some reason, there's one picture with the monkey hanging off my earring. But before that, every time I got them, the monkeys would disappear. They would, I don't know what they're doing. They were just gone. I'd like bring them like, hey, drunken monkeys. And the monkeys, I'd see the bartender put them on. But by the time I got to our table, gone. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Monkeys running amok at Tiki Oasis. There were actually last year, remember when we actually garnished one of my drinks with a giant monkey that we stole off the shelf. It was like one of those cocktail monkeys, but like this big. And it was up on this shelf, and we climbed up there and got it and garnished one of my drinks with it.
So what was in the Drunken Monkey? Do you remember?
No. Pineapple, rum, grenadine, more rum. I don't remember. I had a lot of them, but I don't remember. Actually, you know what my favorite drink was? The margarita pizza. That was probably my favorite drink. They had a really fantastic margarita pizza. We had several of those, and we tried the other one, and it wasn't as good. It was
No.
yeah. But what other questions? This is great. I love it when we get questions because usually people are just like, being quiet, not wanting to bother me.
Well, I can't see any of the people on Facebook. I can only see the people on
That are on the YouTube,
YouTube.
which is a good reason why if you're watching on Facebook, you should go over to YouTube for next time. I don't know that this time. Who knows? By the time we actually need to get down there to the Boozeketeer again, and we haven't been down there in a little while. We need to go down and visit.
Yeah.
Say hello, see Ivy, and if we can't, then you should, and you should say, hey, Tiki King sent me, which brings me to another point. We joined the Utah Ohana.
Mm-hmm.
Utah Tiki Ohana. Turns out, we're like here mucking around ourselves thinking, yeah, nobody else around here they're remotely interested in anything like this. And then producer Maggie found out that there's this whole underground Tiki Ohana here in Utah that we didn't know anything about.
It's
And,
not underground.
Well, it's not above ground,
I think it is.
is it? Darn! I wanted to go in the basements and stuff. I wanted to go underground. No, anyway. So hey, shout out and cheers to the Utah Tiki Ohana. We met a couple of you at Tiki Oasis, which was fun, and we're looking forward to meeting more of you and going. Actually, we have a date right now. We're going to go to the. Can't remember who's.
Somebody's bar.
Somebody's bar. We're going to somebody's bar. No, I think it's the. See, I forgot to write it in my notes. I always forget these things. But anyway, we're gonna go out and have some fun and meet some new people. And that was one of the things we shared. That producer Maggie found out. They were like, "Oh, have you checked out the Boozeketeer?" And she was like, "Checked it out." Yes. In fact, we know them very well, so we were very excited about that. And hopefully we can spread the word, spread the good cheer.
It's It's in somebody's house.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a
private
So
bar.
yeah, so a lot of the
Like our bar.
have such as we do here at the Wicked Wench, have their own basement bars, their own home bars, and people get together and then they make their usually they have a signature drink and they'll make the drinks and do barbecue or hang out or whatever. And usually it's I used to have that at the 821. We used to have it was a lot. People just come over, we booze it up, have a good time, and yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that. So this time will be just us, other people. Anyway, we need to get Ivy out here to the Wicked Wench to have a cocktail. Someday soon we'll get people out here. Get the other bar built. We can like run from bar to bar screaming. And we'd like to. I was realizing actually, so that's another thing is that we could do. Is that I'd like to do another one of those live shows from the Boozeketeer because that was a whole lot of fun when we did that. I thought anyway. Maybe no one else did, but I was drunk. So anyway, enough about me. How are you doing? Anyway, so there you go. I think that's another episode of Cocktales with Tiki King. Here, coming to you live from the Wicked Wench, and hopefully coming to you live a little more less sporadic in the coming days. So there you go, and hope you all are doing well and doing good. And I'm Tiki King, and you're the Boozeketeers. Good night, and good drinking.